Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Brandino, and with me is S2. We
Hello.
are some Sonic speedrunners, and today we're playing everybody's favorite Sega Saturn game that I'm sure we all owned, Sonic Jam. Um, for those of you who've never played this game, the general gist of it is that this is a re-release of, or rather a port of Sonic 1 through 3 and Knuckles, along with 3D Sonic Museum that takes the form of like a little world where you run around as Sonic and you get to go experience like lots of old art from the series, character bios and information, and then what we're going to be doing after the run, checking out some of these old commercials and like randomly assembled Sonic like featurettes. Um, so I'm excited to do this. S2, if you want to introduce yourself for a second.
Yep. Like Brandino said, this is kind of a unique little thing because those who are really Sonic fans were definitely missing out on a 3D Sonic game in the era of the Saturn. But this actually kind of does fill that gap a little bit, being really the closest thing we got to like a new original, 3D Sonic game for the Saturn, and it's actually pretty fun. I think Brandino will agree with me on that
Yeah,
one.
I actually enjoy it.
This
for
is a
for
fun
how
game.
simple the game inevitably is, and you'll see this because we're going to be doing all the missions in the Sonic world. In those missions, they're very, very simple. And just real quick too, one thing to note: I'm playing on English. S2 is playing on Japanese. The game is basically the same either way, but we're both playing on hardware, of course, because we love the Sega Saturn. I'm using a 3D pad, but just so I can hold my D-pad comfortably. S2 is using just a classic
Regular
Saturn
level.
D-pad.
Yep.
All right, with all that said, time is going to start when we hit Sonic World here, and this is going to be a quick run, so don't blink. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, gamer time. So, very first mission, we load in to Sonic World, and you'll see that the camera's really zoomed in, so I want to zoom out first. And then I stepped on the pad really fast, so you didn't see it, but this mission is 20 rings. So basically, like the missions are just like doing basic like little Sonic stuff, that Sonic related stuff around this map, with the first one being collect some rings, which is a classic Sonic thing to do, you might say. Second, we have 3 red points, and something you're going to notice is that more stuff is going to get added to the map as we complete the missions here, as like new missions become available. That's pretty cool too as well, and this is actually going to play a key factor in the mission after next. Red points, though, is pretty simple. A lot of these routes are pretty intuitive, especially if you've done them once or twice. 23 is a good time there. Alright, 50 rings. I don't like this one as much. There's a little bit of wonkiness trying to go fast here. We're going to have to utilize a spring, which I don't like the springs in this game. Send you, like, when you just don't gain a ton of speed from being high up into the air. So the springs kind of, like, kill all your momentum. But luckily we got the rings, so we're almost done with our 50 rings here. And then here comes the hard mission. S2, you want to talk a little bit about Tails?
Yeah, so Tails moves kind of on a set path throughout the map in the whole, as the game starts, like as soon as we load into Sonic World. So here we're going to be trying to kind of backtrack and find him, and depending on how much time our missions have taken so far is going to actually dictate where exactly he is. So I unfortunately right now am not having a ton of luck there.
Yeah, I just had to chase him down, unfortunately.
Yeah, so that's a really big time loss we can have. I'm pretty sure King Rhodes, who's the current record holder, kind of in his run like figured out his spot for Tails, and
it's difficult because he starts before you can even see him. And so you have to get an idea. Like, we don't really know where he starts, I guess, is the main issue with Tails. So you really just have to, like, jump and take a ride around, because basically Sonic just hangs on to him while he floats on a specific cycle around. And you just have to take a look at what the route actually looks like. That's really the only way you're going to be able to find him. And you just gotta, like, do tons of runs starting in from the beginning, because obviously as soon as you start Sonic World, Tails starts.
Yeah, so I know Rhodes has it kind of figured out based on a couple different positions depending on what time is rolled over right then. Me and Brandino, I think, both run on the same system of looking for kind of different areas on his path that might be.
I tend to look. I have an idea where the fastest he can be is, but I have to have an idea where he is slightly after that because I'm never that fast.
Yeah, I do want to mention too, for this mission we're on secret cards. They're little fun like information cards. I accidentally opened one right then, which is the exact point I wanted to make, is we have to be careful navigating around these cards as we pick them up, because if you press the jump button here, you will actually open a little informational screen that gives you some, some flavor text.
And it's just, they're all just like codes for the game, because remember, this is a re-release / port of Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles. And so now I'm on the second worst mission in the run, which is 3 balloons. And why is it the worst mission? It's because of the first balloon. The first balloon is on this god-awful cycle of bobbing up and down, and it tends to be up more than it's down. And when it's up, you can barely hit it. I kind of got lucky there and hit it on the second jump. But that, number one, it's a nightmare mission to IL, because first you have to get a good first balloon, and then you need good cycles for the second balloon. And then the third balloon, you have to jump on this extremely thin palm tree up to. It's a mess. Probably the second hardest IL after 100 rings, which, by the way, we're already at our very last mission, which is 100 rings, which is every ring in Sonic World that we're going for. So pay close attention if you ever were missing any rings, because there's a few that are very, I would say, unfairly placed in ways that you're probably going to forget about them or just barely miss them. One example is these 2 over the water here that I'm grabbing. And then we're going to be doing a strat that King Rhodes came up with, which is this kind of archway jump. So we're going to jump on this archway and take a back route through these floating islands and then use that to go backwards. Rhodes is a very talented speedrunner. He's the GOAT of Sonic 3D Blast, the Saturn and Genesis versions. He's a really cool guy, and I was joking that, like, I actually found the copy of, what's it called, Sonic Jam that he ran on, and I sent it to him, and then he beat all my times. It's like, I'm never buying him anything again, man. He beats all my times. But, no, he's a great speedrunner. It's just, natural.
Yeah, I did a great demonstration on how bad the 3 balloons, the 3 balloons mission is. Got totally destroyed by that.
That definitely happens. So I just got a decent 100 rings, so now I'm just gonna run to the goal ring, and time is coming up on when I touch the goal ring in the screen. So it's when the screen flashes white. And then we won't get to watch the credits because we're gonna go back into the game and check out some really cool video content. Oh my god. So the game has 3 sets of cameras: cinematic, zoomed out, and zoomed in, and oh, I missed the ring! Hang on, I missed the ring. I undershot the jump. Okay, touch the ring, and... time.
Nice.
GG's. What a fun little game. This is the second time I've raced this game. What a fun little game to race. How are you doing? Are you like about to finish 100 rings?
Yeah, I'm very close to the end of 100 rings. So.
Alright, let's let S2 clean it up here. This is the second time I've raced this game. Ironically, the first time was against King Rhodes. This is such a cute game. I know it's like the US version is one of the most expensive games on the Saturn. Maybe not the most, but it's certainly up there these days. So I totally understand not a game that I can tell everybody they should play, but if you somehow get a chance, like, the Sonic World is so much fun, and if you already do own the game, consider speedrunning it.
Yes, indeed. I think, honestly, like, the biggest hurdle of this speedrun genuinely is, like, finding a copy of this game on a Saturn.
Yep.
Because...
the hardest part is getting the console.
Yeah, like, I know we've been kind of skipping past the, like, mission select menu as we go. That's gonna be time for me too.
And yep, GG's.
But the game really is centered around, like, ILing it, basically. Like, the whole that menu in between each mission shows your time on each mission, so the game is pretty much all about just speedrunning. So
so a full missions run basically starts from the first time you enter to when you touch the goal ring, and then you can also just IL individual missions, which is really, really fun. And once you're done, you get a bunch of cool gizmos around the Sonic world. And now we're going to head over. So one thing that we kind of skipped over because you didn't see it in the run, but there are these little individualized buildings everywhere that serve as like museums of different types. This one is like a character profile building. This one over here is like a sound select. But the one that we want, and the most important one to us, is this little film marquee one. So what's so cool about this is that back in the day, this was the only way that you could see some of this stuff. So what we have here is the Japanese opening and ending for Sonic CD, a trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog the movie, an animation that I don't know where it comes from, a couple animations I don't know where they come from, and a collection of Japanese commercials of the original Sonic game. So I'm going to go ahead and let these play. This is all really cool stuff. Maybe the Sonic CD stuff, it's like people are more used to that nowadays, but definitely like a lot of these Japanese commercials and stuff, you could not find these back in the day. It's really, really cool. Yeah, also, I just love the animation in the Sonic CD opening. It's immaculate.
I love like how much content this game is dripping with. Like it's got like full scans of all of the game manuals for all of the first 4 Sonic games as well. Like
yeah, they went really hard to give you a lot of stuff. It's some of the commercials too. Like it's not just commercials for the mainline games. Like there's commercials for Sonic Drift and like Spinball and stuff. Yeah. Like some of the B-roll Sonic games of the day.
Yeah, and there's just a lot of cool like through this credit sequence. Like there's a lot of cool little renders that I'm sure have been seen all over the place now in this day and age. But they're really cute little renders of like Sonic and
Tails and This game actually came out a year before, what's it called? Sonic Adventure. So this was the technical first like 3D single player Sonic game of its kind. And if you look at pre-release footage of Sonic Adventure or like output footage, they were using the Sonic Jam models in game for a time to like test things out. Man, Sonic is so cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat little collection. Also, like for all of the games in the re-release, I guess.
Yeah. So you get these sick 3D models of each game, and whenever you use Knuckles, Sonic and Knuckles, it does a little animation of locking on the game because you can lock on everything. And there's a couple other features. So there is original, normal, and easy difficulties for all the Genesis games featured. And a time attack mode, and it's just like there's so much stuff available.
You also get some options like here, like for Sonic 1, I've got both Japanese and English manuals. Like you can turn off or on the spin dash and running out of time. So it's kind of cool that they wanted to make a little like quality of life changes to some of these games.
Yeah, so one thing to mention, in the Sonic Classic speedrun community, a couple months ago, they did a competition to race the easy modes of each of the games featured in this. And tons of people like contributed runs and stuff, and they actually brought them down. So what's interesting about the easy modes provided in these are they make actual changes, and a bunch of changes to these games. The bosses are easier to kill, there's less levels. There's less enemies in them, all kinds of stuff. And this easy mode is essentially only available through Sonic Jam. Like this has never been re-released otherwise.
Yeah, it's definitely like a watered down experience. Like all of the games, I'd say probably take like 10 to 15 minutes to beat in their easy mode because most of what they did is just chop zones out of the game. But they're really fun ways to experience the game. Like I know for kind of a while, like I had put off, replaying any of these games just because, I don't want to spend a whole day playing through classic Sonic again. But it's really nice if you're just looking for like a bite-sized Sonic experience. Like if you have, 30 minutes that you want to sink into playing some Sonic, these are the easy modes in this game are like some of the best ways to do that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree. And so this is really cool. If nobody's ever heard of it, in the mid-90s, there was an original, an OVA, Sonic OVA that was in 2 parts based on Sonic CD. And if you've never seen it, it's really sick. So this is the Japanese trailer for it. I actually had this on VHS growing up and on DVD. Fun fact, there is a scene where Sonic flips off Eggman that was censored in some releases of this movie. And some other, more adult jokes that they left out, which is very, very funny.
I've got to confess, I've never
you never seen it?
The movie in full, no.
But it's the movie where they gave Knuckles the cowboy hat.
I know, that's like my big dirty secret as a Sonic fan, I guess, is that I've never watched the full OVA.
This guy plays Knuckles Chaotix and hasn't seen Cowboy Hat Knuckles. That's a shame.
I know, it's a crime that I've committed, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is a great Sonic animation. It's such a unique thing too, because nothing else like it exists. It was just like a one-off movie. It wasn't part of like an anime. It was like a TV show. None of the shows that came out during this period have anything to do with this movie. It's just like a random original thing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like some of the content that came out for the Sonic franchise at this time.
Yeah, they were kind of all over the place. They definitely did not know exactly what they were doing with the franchise at this point in time.
Yeah, I know it's been talked about to death online, but there's the little renders of Sonic in this collection from that internal Sega magazine. That this is like the first place people kind of became aware of some of those, but
so okay, this animation, I don't know where this comes from. I don't know, but this is like I forget. This is like another like random it's like a little like one-off like small animation of Sonic versus Eggman or whatever. I don't know where this comes from. There's so much content in here that I genuinely have only seen it in this game, and I don't know where it came from. And as you can see, S2's already in Labyrinth.
Yeah, just to testify how easy the easy mode is, we're like...
They only have one level of Lab 2, which is nice, because that's like the worst level in Sonic 1.
Yeah, I think there's only, 2 more levels out? There's basically like one level out of each zone in this easy mode, and I'm not gonna claim that I'm the greatest speedrunner, certainly not a Sonic 1 speedrunner, but, I feel like we've covered, at least half of this game pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yes, this animation's really fun. Eggman acts like a jerk and frames Sonic by dressing up as him, which is honestly his best plan yet. But the amount of mistaken identity stories they've done in Sonic is amazing.
I was gonna say, that's kind of a precursor to, Sonic Adventure 2.
It's so funny because the animation is just like a quick animation, like Eggman frames Sonic by being a jerk around, San Francisco, and then the animation just ends. Everybody's mad at Sonic, and then it just ends.
No resolution.
It says to be continued, but they never continued it. I don't know where this comes from. Okay, this one is interesting. Sonic CG image. So this, from what I understand, came from a ride, basically, that never got made in Japan for maybe an amusement park. But I think it was supposed to be a ride where you're watching this video while you're on the ride. So you get this weird 90s 3D animation with Sonic assets. That's what I think it was. Again, I don't know. That's the cool part about this. Again, I've only seen this because it's in Sonic Jam. I don't genuinely know why it's here or where it came from.
Yeah,
it's cool that they would. It's cool that they included stuff like this at all, because this is such a random, especially in the 90s, people weren't this reverent about some of the missing content from games.
Yeah, I know. A lot of the content, in a lot of it's a lot easier to preserve content nowadays than it was back then, especially when this collection came out. But I think it's really cool, like how underground some of the content is in this, because I feel like a lot of game collections, like especially from around this time period, just kind of had like, you know, the games and that's it, or you know, maybe something that was, you know, kind of like some other promotional material. But a lot of this stuff like was very hard to like get your hands on outside of it being in Sonic Jam, which I think is really cool.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, and then like Eggman does this disco pose and gets crushed Wile E. Coyote style. Oh, you're already at Scrap Brain?
Yeah, I'm already at the end of Scrap Brain too. There's the flagpole, so I'm about to go into the final zone and then we'll be done.
Okay, so we're to the commercials now, so these are all pretty short, but these are fun. One of my favorites is actually the first one that we're going to watch here, which is this commercial for Sonic 1, because of this ugly claymation Sonic in it. I love this guy. Look at him. It's so ugly.
So great. I'd love to know if that figurine is still out there.
I know, right? Like I want like a museum dedicated to it.
Yeah. Maybe it's out there. Maybe it's out there in a museum that I'm unaware of. But who knows? If somebody knows, let me know so that I can go visit him. And yeah,
I think what's especially cool
Sonic
about
1, by the way.
Yeah, Sonic 1. Oh yeah, he just beat Sonic 1 while we did all this. So that's Sonic 1.
Sonic 1 easy mode. All 7 levels, I want to say it was. I lost count.
Yeah, so yeah, while we were watching all these, okay, look, Sega Sonic the Hedgehog. They call him that sometimes in this.
Yeah, shout out
Oh
Sega
look, it's
Sonic.
Rooftop Run! I love the completely made-up scenarios that do not happen in-game. Like Sonic flying this and destroying the Death... Also, first appearance of the Death Egg before it was actually a thing. They just had that for a commercial. Sonic destroying a Death Star with Eggman's face.
True, yeah. Perhaps the original concept art on that.
Oh, man, this reminds me of a game like Sonic Gems, which had tons of great old concept art in it. I remember seeing all that and really loving it, like old Sega PC backgrounds and stuff.
Oh yeah, Gems and Mega Collection are really, really awesome for that.
Yeah, I love this commercial for Sonic 2. For like the faux 3D, and then they're like, there's our boy, there's Tails! Oh, he's so cute. Our boy!
Our guy.
Even in the commercial, the multiplayer for Sonic 2 looks very crunchy.
Yeah. They did what they could with it. What can I say?
So, I do remember this second Sonic 2 commercial is kind of interesting. So, I don't speak Japanese, so I don't know what they're saying exactly, but they point to Tails, and they're like, who's this guy? And I think they were having, like, some kind of, sweepstakes where it's like, can you guess what his name will be? And then, like, you might win, like, all this stuff. I think that's what this is. I don't speak Japanese, though, so I'm just guessing.
That's super interesting.
I think it was like a sweepstakes where it was like, who's this guy? Tell us and win.
Maybe they gave you a Genesis with the game or something.
That's Sonic's pal, Eugene the Fox, dude. Everybody knows him.
Oh, yeah.
So we don't get 2 commercials for Sonic 3, but I do love this one. This one is so outrageously 90s. Oh my god. Sonic games do really cause you to just start running endlessly. I can confirm.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3 from Mega Drive.
We only have a few more commercials left here. Sonic Spinball, though, this is a fun commercial because who wants this game? I surely don't.
Hey, man. I'll be the first to say Sonic Spinball isn't that bad, and I'll probably also be the last.
Sonic Spinball is interesting because it is the only Sonic game on the Genesis that was using sprites and stuff that relate to Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
I love the little I love the little 3D render of him in
I
that
know.
pinball
There,
commercial.
and I know like the guy the announcer says like funky action or something whenever he gets hit there. Sonic CD commercial is cool because
Also,
I have
can
no
I
idea.
just say that Sonic Jam as a whole has really nice background music in it.
Yes, absolutely. I love this. This is a great commercial for Sonic 3 or Sonic CD. I love the 3D model of Metal Sonic in this. Sonic CD is an awesome game. It has some wonky level design, but I think it's really cool. Yeah, Estev's showing off the digital manuals while I'm doing this too. That's another fun feature. Okay, so here's some of my favorite stuff. Sonic Chaos is a kind of like a B-tier Game Gear Sonic release, but they still included commercials for it here. Although in Japan, I believe it was called Sonic and Tails. Yeah, Sonic and Tails. Guys, go buy this now at the store. This commercial is real. I'm telling you. Alright, Triple Trouble commercial is also really cool because this is the last game I'd ever thought I'd see a commercial for. Zooming in on the little pig. This is another like wacky 90s commercial. Sonic Triple Trouble is actually a pretty sick game too. Sick speedrun. Alright, final commercial we have for you guys, which is for Sonic Drift, which is actually S2's one of his games, right? Sonic Drift is a fun little racer. Alright, y'all. That's the final commercial we've got for you guys. The last bit of video content here. So we have reached the end of our showcase of Sonic Jam. So I just want to take this moment to say thank you to SegaCrew for having us. I joined this marathon on a whim. I was not really super familiar with SegaCrew at the time. They helped me with some issues through my Genesis I was having. But it was just I just thought, at first I was like, who's going to submit Sonic Jam? I wanted to do it, and then I'm so happy S2 was able to join me. Thank you, S2, for being able to do this. It was really, really fun, like I said, to submit this just because it's like, who was going to submit this game, let alone as a race, and with all the video content, that really made it even more fun. So I appreciate you guys having us, and if you don't have anything else to say, I think we're good. Oh
yeah, I just want to echo what you said. Thanks for having us and letting us show off this game. I know, especially with the length of it, it's kind of a weird one to jam into a... To jam into a schedule, but no, it's a really fun one. I love the visuals in this game especially, so I'm really glad that we got to do this race here, and I'm very excited about the rest of this event as well. Yes, please go hug your local Sega Saturn. True. It needs it. It's been a long, rough road for that guy. It's true. All right, yo, thank you all so much.